Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Today, we are talking about Memphis and Shelby County Schools takeover. Also, Trump shutting down the Department of Education. And Tesla is tanking. Also, we got Gail Jones Carson on the show. And go to Gail Jones Carson real quick. Bam.
I'm Gail Jones Carson.
There she is.
In the house.
So don't go anywhere. I promise you, you do not want to miss this show. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast.
Say that. Say that.
Yeah.
That's all until I get mine going.
Baby mama taking over.
Hey, look.
He'll be number two, y'all. He'll be number two.
And we're going to produce it.
Here.
Hey, this segment is brought to you by popularmail.com. Welcome our special guest, Gail Jones Carson, in the building. Give it up for her. Yeah, man, I'm sitting here looking at these notes, and somehow in these notes, it does not say introduce your host.
Oh, no.
Right.
She said you should know by now. Look, she ain't look. She's gonna
I'm just kidding, Nicole. I'm just kidding. Y'all give it up for my lovely co-host, Angelica Jelly Woods, in the building.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
They said I'm on my best behavior, Gail here.
You have to be on your best behavior. I don't know that.
I'll tell you, she code switching. She
ain't.
code switching.
They lying.
Do it. She ain't got Kojak.
I
You
got
see this
right
Kojak?
here. I got
Okay.
Chick-fil-A in there. They might be a sponsor. I'm speaking them in our life.
Look, hey Kojak, I'm gonna guard these two cups over here because you know what happened. Anytime a cup gets close, right, it all of a sudden gets absconded. Y'all give it up for my DJ. That's my DJ Kojak in the building. Give it up for him one time.
Angelica said I was walking down the middle.
Walking
That
down the
is
middle. Walking down the middle.
Kojak, Gail coming in here spilling all the tea.
Balance it out, baby.
Yeah, he can't pick no side.
She said that the last time I was here.
He can't pick no side. Now he did DJ the Urban League party. You remember him, right?
Yeah.
That's the DJ.
Look.
He did a good
Oh,
job.
look at the tune change.
Shout out to Urban League. Man. Shout out to Urban League.
Hey, let me
for
say
having
this
me.
before we get started. You know, we appreciate our 7,000 plus viewers on subscribers rather on our YouTube channel and our 8,000 others that are on our other social media channels. But I do want to say this. Let me appeal to all of our viewers out there. You know, there are more than, you know, we're at right at about 6.5 million views. So that means that a lot of the viewers that are watching are not actually subscribed.
Oh, yeah.
And it will really, really be helpful to us
Said,
if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button or go ahead and hit that like and that follow button. If you're watching on our social media platforms other than YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook right now, if you go ahead and hit that like button, that follow button, that will really, really be helpful to us here at the Antonio Parkinson Project. And we truly, truly appreciate everybody's support. So I want to throw that out there. And again, we thank everybody for all of their support for this first year that we've just surpassed in doing the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
So now let's get into the show. Hey, y'all, Tesla is struggling. The Cybertruck has been recalled. As of yesterday, they recalled every single Cybertruck out there.
Wow.
How many was it?
I don't know how many it was, but we may know in just a second.
How much the stock go up to?
Ma'am, I'm doing this interview.
I
I appreciate your Virgo energy.
Yeah.
I appreciate your Virgo energy. But the Tesla, but speaking of the stock, the Tesla stock is in the gutter right now.
I got out just in time.
Right.
I got out just in time.
And so, and some of the Tesla vehicles were actually set on fire. And there's a mob of people that's protesting Tesla. And I think we got a little video. Josh, run that video.
This was a targeted attack against a Tesla facility.
Yet another Tesla dealership vandalized, this time in Las Vegas. Authorities arriving in the early morning hours Tuesday to find multiple cars set on fire.
We believe the suspect approached the business wearing all black clothing, and he used what appear to be Molotov cocktails and a firearm to conduct his attack.
Now, this incident follows other cases in recent days in places like Kansas City, Missouri, as well as Southern California and the Chicago area, where Tesla dealers were vandalized. Tesla founder Elon Musk took to Twitter to call this terrorism. Now, officials have not yet formally ruled this an act of terrorism, but the FBI says its Joint Terrorism Task Force is conducting a robust investigation in order to try to find the perpetrator and the motive.
Violent acts like this are unacceptable. We will come after you. We will find you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
You know what, Antonio? This is what I tell people all the
What you
time.
tell people, Gail Jones Carson?
People think
Step up to that mic.
they think they can't be touched. Okay. But this man is the richest man in the world, and he is a very powerful man. And he's being touched every day around the world through his vehicles, his chargers, his stock dropping. I mean, literally, if you took a poll today of the top 2 most hated people in the world, not America, who do you think it would be?
Trump and Elon.
So, I mean, you can't make me believe that anybody wants to be the most hated anything. And even though he's the richest man in the world, if you keep losing billions, like one day he lost 16 billion, I read, another day 22,
Yeah.
when you keep losing them billions,
It
we're going to
accumulates.
see who's going to be the richest man or person in the world.
And then Trump then Trump and Elon have those Teslas outside the White House doing a press release. Like it's
And then,
Advertisements.
and then didn't Trump say he was going to buy? He was buying one. He actually, I think he bought one.
Yeah.
And he said, no, he didn't, but he said he did to get his ignorant ass followers to buy.
Well, but now some of the, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm just gonna tell you what I've been saying on the reel.
Just tell us what you've been saying on the reel.
Some of the reels show that some of the MAGA people are upset with him
Yes.
because
Yeah.
of
I was
Elon.
gonna say that.
Now I'm just telling you what I see now.
Right.
I was
I don't know
gonna say
if it's
that.
all true, but that's what's all over.
Yeah.
social
But Gail,
media.
if you say it, it's true.
Oh, y'all know we
Right.
99.9% over here Virgos.
Them Virgos, oh Lord.
Believe that.
99% right.
In your own head,
That other
in your
one,
own mind.
head,
In
right.
your own mind, and they convicted by it. But speaking of Trump, yesterday, day before yesterday, Trump signed an executive order to dismantle the federal Department of Education. And what exactly does that mean? Before we answer that, Gail, let's go to this video.
Will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all. Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for children with disabilities and special needs will be preserved. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in this country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union. That doesn't matter.
Now, this man just literally said the polar opposite of what dismantling the Department of Education does.
He may not know what that means, though.
And so I'm glad you both brought that up because I had a conversation with my
Step up to
granddaughter.
your mic.
I had a conversation with my granddaughter Jasmine this morning, and she has heard the announcement, and she said, "Granny, well, what does that mean?" So I told her a few things. I said, "Jazz, if you want more details on what it means to dismantle the Department of Education,
Watch the
please,"
Antonio Parkinson
I said,
Project.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
and I said, please go on Google so you will have all of the facts. Because what I'm going to tell you is just very little about the how bad it's going to be, how it's going to hurt our children, how bad it's going to hurt those who are low income, those who are handicapped. I need her to read, and I need everybody to do their research on what this really means because it sounds big and far away, but it's going to have a direct and indirect impact on all of us.
Absolutely.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
So let's break it down. So dismantling the federal Department of Education. So first of all, let's go be clear. There's the Federal Department of Education.
Yeah.
Then there's our crappy state Department of Education. Then there's your local school board. All right. And your school district. That's your local Department of Education. All right. The Federal Department of Education sends money to the states, and the states send that money to your local district, to your county district.
Breaking that down.
Right. Now, the federal money is used as a carrot to make the states do right. You follow me? There's $400 million of federal money that comes into Shelby County. 400 million.
Wow.
$400 million of federal money that comes into Shelby County directly from the feds.
Oh, wow.
But there may be more because the state of Tennessee sends $800 million to the county for the education also. Now, but some of that may be Fed money also, right? Now, so what the feds do, they say, hey, if you take this money, you cannot discriminate against Black folks. You cannot discriminate against those that with disabilities. We ain't gonna say handicap like Gail said. You cannot discriminate against you cannot discriminate against gay kids, right? And others, right? You have to have IEPs, right? Which means individual education. I got you, Nicole. Individual education plans for children that need a little more help, right? So, and so when they remove that department, they may still send some money, probably not all, but those requirements would then be left up to the states. Now, you think about the state of Tennessee. Come on,
Lord.
man. Right. Think about it. They just passed a piece of legislation that said if you are an undocumented immigrant, you cannot even go to Tennessee schools. Now, the federal law under the Federal Department of Education says all children will be educated, undocumented or not.
And that's ALL.
And when they dismantle the Federal Department of Education, that is pushed down. That decision is pushed down to the states.
So the decision already made in Tennessee.
And it affects Black dollars. It affects dollars going to HBCUs because there's no federal Department of Education. It affects Pell Grants. It affects all of this stuff. The Department of Education covers those Pell Grants, covers money going to the colleges and universities. Now they're talking about pushing it all to the states for the states to decide what they're going to do.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
But speaking of education, I wish you'd have caught that. Speaking of education, the state of Tennessee is trying. Speaking of dismantling education, the state of Tennessee has proposed taking over Memphis and Shelby County schools. And
I'm so tired.
Before we jump into that, Gail, before you bite at the bits, to respond to that, I think we got a little video. Josh, run that video.
Speaking with the Tennessee state representative quarterbacking the Tennessee Public School Accountability Act, which is now moving through the state legislature.
Passage of the bill would allow the state to appoint a 9-member board of managers that would then push Memphis Shelby County School Board members into advisory roles. WREG's Shay Arthur spoke with Representative Mark White, who's behind this bill. And Shay, what's he telling you?
Stephanie Gregg, he says really after years of issue, now is the time to change directions and rebuild a strong school system for the community. Tennessee State Representative Mark White has a message.
We have such a wonderful community, and we deserve better than we're getting in our educational system.
He cited low proficiency in reading and writing among students in the Memphis Shelby County Schools District.
So if you take 100,000 students, Shay, and you graduate about 8,000 of those every year, and only 1 out of 4 are ready to hit the workforce and or higher education, we're not doing those young people any favors, nor our city.
Saying he believes it's also adding to the problem of violence among young people. In order for the Tennessee Education Commissioner to pull the trigger for the takeover, White says these 3 criteria must be met. 30% of schools in the district were assigned a D or F grade. 25% or more of the students in the district are chronically absent. And a vote of no confidence from the government body associated with the board, in this case, citing the county commission.
This is strictly for our community.
It's a plan facing criticism from some leaders.
That bill has been introduced. It did pass out of subcommittee this week. And what that bill does is this. It basically literally mutes the voice of your elected school board. And it says they're going to appoint a 9-member advisory board that will make the decisions instead of your school board.
Oh, wow.
And it says that charter schools can now come in and apply directly to the charter commission. It also says that they can convert the whole district to a charter district completely, and a whole lot of other things that just absolutely are unconstitutional.
What?
And so, the fight is going to begin if they try to pass the bill. It has passed in the first committee. And now it is scheduled to go into the Education Full Committee for passage. I don't know if Representative Mark White, who was the bill sponsor, if he's going to run it. Look at Gail. if he's going to run it next week or he's going to run it in a few weeks. But it's out there, and
Jesus.
But it will be a legal fight. Yeah, Gail,
So
you look
will
like
it
you step up to your
impact
mic.
94
Step up to
counties?
your mic.
Will it impact the other 94 counties?
Thank you for asking that question. Here's how they tried to separate Shelby County from all of the other 94 counties.
Lord.
They said if your county commission has voted a vote of no confidence on your school board, then that is the qualifier.
And Shelby County is the only county that has happening.
That has done that
the
stupid
94
shit.
counties, no other county has done that other than the Memphis, the Shelby County Commission here in Shelby County. So he added that on there. That was added on there. That way, no other school will be impacted. Only Memphis and Shelby County schools.
I did not know that.
Right. Yeah. And you
it's
know,
called reading. It's fundamental.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
I'm not the workplace. I know, right? I brought her up.
Wow.
Tell her everybody's the godmother of politics, okay? She breathe and live politics.
Somebody in the
Okay.
comments asked, why are they so interested in our schools? We
$2
aren't the
billion.
only ones with
$2 billion. $2 billion.
That's right. That's right.
$2 billion
The budget. Here's what I've learned, though. Here's what I've learned. They want to get their hands on that property. Last year, they passed a bill that said, all the Shelby County schools must make a list of all of their properties, those that are fully used, those that are partially used, those that are underutilized, and those that are empty. They are to submit that list to the comptroller of the state. And any charter school that wants to get one of those buildings, they get first right of refusal, and they can buy it at under the appraised value, under market value, rather.
Wow.
Now, the hedge funds that own these charter management organizations, they are about their money, right? And see, people think that when these charter schools, it's about educating these kids. None of this shit is about educating our kids. They don't give two shits about how bright our kids are. Let me qualify that for those that want to come after me. Shelby County schools reading proficiency is a dismal 30.5% proficient in reading. That's dismal. The state of Tennessee's reading proficiency is 35.6%.
So
also dismal.
Yeah. With the state, right?
With the damn state. The
So
state
how they
is,
gonna
the
help?
whole state is shit.
So how they gonna help?
When it comes to reading proficiency.
God,
Right. So now we understand this is not about education.
Do they know that?
They do now.
Oh.
The public does now.
Lord.
But shit, spread the word.
Yeah,
we
Jesus.
know this is about the property and the money and privatization of this school district. State takeover simply means privatization.
Now, let me ask you this, Representative. Do you think the people who have down here, who have pushed for the takeover, do you think they understand what it means for the state to come in and take over? Do you think they really know?
I absolutely know they know because they've been getting paid already.
Oh Lord, they're gonna turn
so
left
by the
turn.
same
I'm
people that want to privatize
Well,
the
I
school
heard
district.
somebody.
I can't say no to your job cause I wanna lose my mind with you. I can't say no to your love cause I wanna lose my mind with you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
We getting a $3 million grant. Is that true?
I don't know.
Ooh, look at her. She all gotta come with some hot tea.
Explain.
I'm just asking.
Right.
Somebody said something
Right.
about $3 million.
$3 million,
I'm
right.
not sure about. That's what I just heard the other day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They didn't
Where the
tell
money
me,
at?
but they just said there's a $3 million grant somewhere.
Oh, where's that? Where that
Right,
grant?
right,
I
right.
didn't get all the details because I told them I ain't in it.
Yes,
Right.
she did. She got the
Right.
details. She
So,
should tell ya.
you know, and
Think about that.
those of you that if you want a further explanation, because I
I'm gonna
thoroughly
do
explained
these
state takeover in the live video that I did, and we'll post a link to that live video so you can understand what this means.
But
State
what I
takeover-
don't understand is why the representative who up there on the hill don't know who getting the money. That's what I don't understand.
Well, maybe the money ain't been allocated yet, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you don't know when it's allocated.
And who are they getting it from?
Well, okay, so when you don't know.
It sounds like
So when he
it
find out,
sounds
he gonna
like
drop this clip.
look,
That's what he gonna do.
It sounds like the head of the Urban League already knows and don't want to drop the T.
That's called
She ain't the
libel
Urban
and
League.
That up, Kojak.
libel and slander.
Right.
You have the facts.
Right.
And I ain't trying to be sued
I
right now.
understand.
I'm
Hello.
waiting for you to get the facts.
Oh, okay. You want me to be sued? Right.
Not if you got the facts.
Right. Speaking of Urban League, we got to talk about this. You got a great event coming up.
Yeah.
Tell us
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Tell us
Okay,
about it.
so-
Forget. Look.
Right.
We have
Look at Nicole's like, whoops.
and I want to see everybody in here at the Mardi Gras Gala on April the 12th at 6 p.m. It's going to be at the Old Hard Rock Cafe right at the corner of Bill and 2nd, 126 Bill. Today, listen up, y'all.
Step up to your mic if you want them to hear your offer.
Today is the last day for our 2-for-1 special.
Kojak.
So if you pay $150, you get 2 tickets. That's $75 each. Now that's a good deal
That's a
because
good deal.
we're gonna have some great entertainment. We're gonna have some
You're
great
watching
food.
the
We're gonna
Antonio
have a
Parkinson Project.
So after today, the tickets will be $125 per
Kojak.
person. So
All right,
you can go
okay.
to our website, memul.org. That's memul.org.
Okay.
And pay for your tickets. Today is the last day.
How much you said? How much you said?
Look,
Well,
you
he put out the last $2.
Look,
That's
he
enough for
putting out some
parking.
one-
That's
some
enough for
$1
parking,
bill.
maybe.
That's his tip money. That's
No,
his.
there's some people putting out some
That's what.
$1
That's
bill. They
that's
don't-
his strip club money. Yeah.
The Godfather.
Boss dripper, like a broke faucet, diamond teether, and my neck glossing, project flossing, taking no lossing, ain't trying to go up that creek like Dawson, ain't no pausing, no stagnation, pockets on swole, like pregnation, brand new house, brand new cars, I'm from the hood, gentrification, money flipper, straight go getter, I want the back and keep the liquor, partner strapped in, we never slipper, God gon' keep us, he gon' deliver, Tata, still on the money, the bag, some more and some more, my face on that flag, ew, still on the money, the bag, some more and some more, my face on that flag.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, this your boy, Pimp Type, MJG. Yeah, man, and this your dog, Big Ball. And y'all know what this is. This the Antonio Parkinson Project. You hear me?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.